I detest camera monitors. I've used expensive ones, I've used more affordable ones like this that I'm using right now, and regardless of the configuration, I just cannot make it work. They're either too high, they're either too low, whatever it is, they're just in the way, and I can guarantee by the end of the shoot day, my neck is gonna ache. So, I need a better solution, and I think I found it. These are the VITURE Luma Pro, and these are XR glasses. And these are not designed for video production. They're designed for entertainment and they're designed for productivity. But VITURE seemed pretty jazzed when I came to them with this notion, and so I want to shout them out and say thank you for sending me these. But it is worth noting that hypothetically this should work with any other pair of XR glasses, not just these. So the glasses themselves are actually dead simple. You see there are two 1000 nit HDR mini OLED displays just above your eyes here that get reflected into your vision. There's no battery or anything on board. It pulls power from whatever device you're plugged into through the USB-C. There is so much to go over with just these, so I am going to do a separate full review talking about all the features. This video is just going to be talking about its use in video production. So if you want to see the full review, subscribe. So there are a few different ways you can set these up depending on your camera system. If your camera has a monitoring app, then you can just plug these straight into your phone via the USB-C, and then that will mirror the display up in front of your face, kind of like a HUD. Now, the downside to that is, for one, you can't lock your display or else it'll just shut off. And so that means that you're at the mercy of accidental button presses or setting changes. It also means you're at the mercy of dips in resolution or latency. So if you're actually operating while using these, that can be a real downside. I've also used these with a wireless transmitter like the Hollyland Mars going straight to my phone. So again, package is really small, really condensed, which is nice. The latency is reduced compared to like a camera app. And also the button presses are less of a worry because it's gonna just affect monitoring details and not actual like internal settings on the camera. But the system I found works the best is actually plugging them into this separate battery pack accessory that VITURE sent me that has a HDMI in and then two USB-C outs for two separate pairs of glasses, plus a USB for charging. And this battery pack is 13,000 milliamp hours, and seeing as the glasses pull power from whatever device they're plugged into, this thing lasts hours. It also means because I'm just going from a HDMI out from the camera directly into this and then directly into my glasses, latency is near zero, I have found. I also have a really clear image, which just makes all the difference, of course. So let's head outside and just see how they work. So this is the setup. I've got the camera HDMI coming from the battery into the camera, and then the glasses connected to the battery as well. So this would work with any HDMI output device or camera. You don't need the Lumix, even though that's what I'm shooting on right now. And currently what I can see in my view is the full width monitor, but I can still see my surroundings, which is key. So typically when I'm shooting handheld, I'll have a monitor up here and I'll rest my camera on this little bag like so. Usually I'll throw some batteries, filters, lenses, what have you in here, and make it act as a sort of a Temu version of a cine saddle. But the biggest benefit of shooting with the glasses versus traditional monitor is that I'm no longer tied to the physical space in which my monitor is. Let me demonstrate, because that was a bogus sentence. Say I'm shooting like this all day, I've got my monitor here, great. If I need to do some on the shoulder stuff for an interview or something, well, if my monitor's up here, either I have to reconfigure it down here, that takes time, or I have to crane my neck to be able to see it, and that costs doctor bills. That means if I'm shooting at an awkward angle where my subject is like this, that means I can look straight ahead, have full visibility of where I'm going if we're doing like a little walk and talk, and have the camera pointing at the subject the entire time. Similarly, if I want to get a really low shot and I don't want to be craning my neck downwards to look at the monitor, I can have the camera down low and I still have full view of my camera's display at any angle. So I can shoot it over here, there's some cars. I can point it over there. Oh, look, more cars. The important thing is I can still see them wherever I point the camera. So in a scenario like this, where I've got a gimbal and where I'm going is important, because if I fall, then everything comes crashing down. This is a great time to use the little transparency feature on these glasses. So Prab, you can maybe zoom in on me here, on my eyes. If I press this little button here, shades are darker and my whole world in front of me is kind of cut out. Or if I press this button, then I can see the screen, but I can also see everything around the screen. If I'm operating the gimbal, I need to be able to see where I'm going and also keep an eye on my framing. Then this way I can do my best to keep Prab in the center while I move around, knowing that I'm hopefully not gonna fall or lose balance or just walk into a wall or walk into the sea. Okay, and before you say anything, I know that I was talking about being able to see where I was going and then looked in the complete opposite direction of where I was going. I know that. Leave me out of it. There's Prab. One of the reasons I got this one wheel was to be a sort of filming device or like tool asset. And one of the things that makes me nervous about the idea of filming on it is the fact that I have my head down in a monitor, not keeping an eye on where I'm going. So we're gonna test that out literally for the first time right now. So if this goes horribly wrong, hopefully Prab is shooting in slow-mo. But if not, let's see, okay. I have the transparency mode turned on right now so that I can see clearly. But say like I was filming like a running doc or like an athlete or something, we're on a track, I can keep up with them, have full visibility of where I am, and then I can still see the monitor in front of me. Maybe I can like zoom in here and do a bit of a like Michael Bay thing, huh?
I'm getting so dizzy.
I'm not, this works great. Do you want to try moving around, like doing a little run and I'll follow you?
Then give me a second. Ooh.
Okay, yeah, you good? Yeah, so if at any point you're ever like chasing your camera operator, I couldn't recommend this setup more. Also, it's worth noticing, I'm just gonna point down for a sec so you guys can see, this road is like craggly and... So look, at the end of the day, these are an imperfect solution to a real problem. I consider the experiment that I've done here to be more of a tech demo than it is to be a true solution to a problem that I'm having. But while the tech is there, there's also a list of caveats that's actually preventing me from suggesting that you go out and buy these for this purposes right now. Regardless of how well these work as a solution to my problem, they're not actual production monitors, you know, they're not color accurate.
Hey, past Robin, Days of Future Robin here. So VITURE actually does have a color adjustment tool on their website. So you just have to plug the glasses into your computer and you can adjust the color straight onto the website, which is pretty cool, but there's no way to make them truly color accurate or calibrate them to any sort of color industry standard. So it's really more just a preference thing. And so I wouldn't really trust these to color grade or make sure that you're getting accurate colors, but still cool nonetheless.
They're super bright and visible outside, which is fantastic, but they're not constructed to withstand the wear and tear of a production day. And unless you're using a companion app like the Hollyland one, then you're not gonna get any monitoring features. So really, I'm making this video for all the monitor manufacturers out there. I want you guys to take this tech and make it for a video crowd, you know, make it more rugged and add in all those monitoring features that we're used to. The freedom and comfort that these afford on a shooting day is so worth it. And especially as someone who is turning 30 this year and whose body is starting to hurt in ways I didn't know it could, if something like this could help me do my job that I love for a little bit longer, then I think that is totally worth it. But what do you think? If you're a video professional, let me know. Would you actually use something like this, or is this just a daft notion and I'm way off base? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear all your thoughts. And at the end of the day, I'm Robin, and I'll see you in the next one.